Here's an observation, my own personal observation about my knives. The knives that I have been making for a while, the full tang knives, that's them up top, except the one on the end there. That's this knife, Texas 45. Those knives, when I make them, I'm not saying that there's no room for improvement, but the areas that I want to improve on my full tang knives are microscopic compared to the areas that I want to improve on my hidden tang knives. One of the areas is the fitment of the finger guard to the handle. It looks okay, but because I don't know how to shape the handle on the knife without damaging the finger guard, I have to shape the handle off the knife before I epoxy it. I have to do 99% of the work and then epoxy it on, and then I come in very, very carefully by hand and finish it by hand and not screw up the finger guard. And there are people that do this on their belt grinders, and I just don't know how to do it. Now, granted, most of those guys have the 2x72s with the little tiny rollers, and my rollers, I mean, this is as small as I get right here. Hello, I was wondering where you were. And that's it. That's the only one that I have partially exposed. I have one here that's a little more exposed, but that does nothing for up in this area without really screwing up the finger guard. So a lot of my work is sand it, fit it, try it, take it apart, sand it, fit it, try it. And so when I look at these knives, I see massive areas that I want to get better at. And I'm honestly a little uncomfortable selling them because I know, like this one, I have a gap here between the finger guard. Between the finger guard and the handle. And that's one of the areas that I'm really trying hard to improve on. And to me, it's like a glaring example of things I need to get better at. So, I'm not charging for these what I would charge for, say, my Texas Rumble, the fourth one in there, right there. Because I'm not at the point where I'm 100% confident that I'm putting out a quality product with minimal flaws, and if there are flaws, they're not flaws that anyone other than myself are likely to see. So I'm just talking out loud here, and I think that's why I'm so aggravated, because I'm at the point on my other knives where I am very comfortable asking the price that I'm asking for them. And these knives, I'm not asking the price that would justify the amount of labor and time and materials that go into them, simply because I see areas that I need to improve a lot. Okay, this is Sunday, and I'm solar cooking today, but yesterday I got one knife sharpened, the Ugly Duckling knife, and that's at home. And I didn't have any more handwork left in me. So I'm here this morning, and as soon as I finish this knife, I've already started one side on the bevel, on the sharpening. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna sit on my front porch all day, and I'm gonna cook cabbage and ham, and in the other solar oven, I'm going to bake some potatoes. I'm going to have 2 solar ovens going today. All right, we'll see you in the sun. Oh, golly, I was just saying to myself, this is about the nicest one I've made so far. It's the best fit, the best finish, and my God, I got this thing so sharp. And I was just thinking to myself, boy, this thing is scary sharp. And then all I did was just touch my finger, just barely. Boy, oh boy, be careful when you take this out. It is sharp. That's sharp. And the other one's sharp. But my God, this thing is frightening sharp here. I gotta go. Well, I'll put the old red rag, the mechanic's Band-Aid on it. Okay, we're done. I'm gonna put a little wax. Oh, by the way, these polished knives, if you put this wax called Renaissance wax on them, I have a friend in Florida, Steve Gonzala. He bought one of my very first polished Texas Rumbles, and he actually told me yesterday that it still has its shine, and that's probably been, oh God, I can't remember how long it's been. And I can't remember if I made it in this shop or in my old shop. But it's got to be a year and a half at least. So it has held its polish for a year and a half. And he puts Renaissance wax on his blade, and that's the first place I heard about it was Renaissance wax, was from him. And that's what I put on these before I ship them, is Renaissance wax. So you're good for a couple of months, but Renaissance wax is something you should put on very, very lightly with a very soft cloth, and you let it flash, and it takes about 30 seconds for the chemical in it to flash off and just leave the wax. And then you buff it off real quick, and it leaves this micro layer of wax on it that just prevents rust. And he lives in Florida, a very humid state, so, and he still has his shine, and that's because he uses Renaissance wax, and he has a heck of a nice knife collection. Okay, I think I stopped bleeding. Alrighty, I'm putting this away. I gotta put a little bit of finish on both these, and by finish, what it is Vaseline that I put on the front of these, and then I wipe it all off, and it leaves this little bit of a shine, and it just leaves the sheaths looking. That's the final thing I do before I wrap them up. Okay, I'm fixing to go home and start my solar ovens. See you in a bit. Okay, I am baking some potatoes in the all-season solar cooker, and over here I'm gonna have to keep an eye on. See, over here, I couldn't set it on the ground over here because the duck will come along and mess with it. And over here, I just gotta watch my dogs. Don't you even think about stealing my cabbage and ham. Okay. It's lined up too, mostly. It will be lined up perfectly in about 10 minutes. So, all right, the rest of the day, I'm sitting right there. All right, 3 knives finished. I'll probably tonight be boxing these up. Actually, I don't have addresses for these 2. All right, back to the solar cooking. Okay, I said I wasn't going to come out here. Once I sharpened the knives, that was it. I was going to sit in the front porch. And I was good for about 2 hours. I just couldn't resist. So I came down here and I got a dinner skinner and 2 neck knives cut out. One of the neck knives is for Patrick. He's ordered a bunch of neck knives from me. The other neck knife is going to be just like this, same color, everything, but it is not sold yet. And the dinner skinner is for another Patrick that bought the blue handled Texas 45 from me. He also wants a dinner skinner, and I got it cut out and started. And I don't have a buyer for this, but I'm going to make it just because I kind of like all the colors that are going into this. I have some more handles coming. I contacted the guy. He shorted me a whole set, and I contacted him, and he said, "Yep, you're right. Sorry about that. I'll get some sent on the way." And I've already got a tracking number, and I should have them tomorrow or Tuesday. So I've got all the stuff for this. I've got all the stuff for that. That's going to be desert ironwood. And but that's it. I'm stopping. I got them cut out, got them shaped, got them. All I need to do is give them a rough, quick first sanding, and then grind my bevels, and then come back and sand them all up to 600, which will be my satin finish. Okay, now we're going home. I mean it. This time I really mean it. Okay, this is the all-season solar cooker. I don't have a thermometer in there. I don't need it. Today is a very full sun kind of day, and it is not even noon, so I'm gonna give the potatoes and the cabbage and the ham over here in the Haynes solar cooker. I can already smell these cooking. It smells good. And this has got chipotle seasoning in it, and a whole can of that Dak ham, and somehow a stick of butter accidentally fell in there, and you know, it would have just been impossible to get that stick of butter back out of there, so we just let it stay in there. A couple hours, we'll be eating. Okay. You guarding my cabbage and ham? It is bubbling. And I like the fact, look at that bubbling. I like the fact that it has browned the cabbage and the ham a little bit. That's gonna taste really good. So I think I'm gonna grab the potatoes first. And it just dawned on me that I could probably put the accidental butter from the cabbage on these potatoes. I can't wait to get them in. All right, let's get ready to eat here. Okay. A big cloud of steam.
Yeah, the cabbage is done. I'm sticking my fork all the way through it, so. Okay, now I'm gonna test the potatoes.
Oh, put me one on here.
I oiled them really good.
Man.
I'm gonna have a potato. Grab me a.
One plate?
Yeah.
And if you mash it up, you put some of that butter out of this on there.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
All right, let me scoop some out and mash my potato up and dig some of that out. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get a little bit of cabbage.
Hey, you can eat those skins because I'll wash them.
Okay. A little bit of potato. A little bit of Dak ham. Oh, cooked in the sun. That's a Haynes 2.0 cooker that cooked the cabbage and the ham, and the all-season solar cooker that did the potatoes. Delicious. And you know what? If you want either one of these cookers, I have them in the description. I'll link right to them. It's an Amazon link right to them. All right, see you tomorrow, y'all.